I work with a great orchestrator. His name is Tim Simonek. You know Tim. But my sketches are very complete. My sketches are usually from piccolo down to double bass. Everything is in there. Violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, double bass. So it's all divided up. My sketches are pretty defined as to what it is that I want. But what happens is sometimes, you know, Tim, the thing about Tim is an amazing big band arranger. Amazing, you know, great. So when I'm writing a piece that I know is going to be a big band piece, the fan part of me says, I want to see what Tim would do with this. So I write it all on piano and write, you know, very loosely write it and say, here Tim, arrange it, what are you going to do? Because for me that's fun to hear what he's going to do, you know, because he's really good at it.
Do you think that scoring a video game gives you more freedom because you don't have to follow an action, a specific action? And
yes, it is true. It was true earlier on than it is now, because now the way they do games is they like to kind of break everything up into segments. Here's an action segment, here's a quiet segment, here's a, you know, whatever. Whereas before I was able to write a full-on piece of music that felt like one piece of music, like a story was being told. You know, I wanted them to kind of, away from the game, feel like film scores, feel like a story was told in that game. I think if you listen to Medal of Honor, it feels like, was this a movie? You know, it sounds like it could have been a film, and that's, you know, what I was interested in doing. So.
When you see a movie or a TV show, do you think more in terms of melody or texture first?
Emotion.
Emotion.
I say it's all emotion, and that emotion may translate itself as texture, or it may translate itself as melody. Depends on what that emotion is, you know. So I think it all starts there. It's storytelling. Film music is storytelling. You know, in fact, music is storytelling. It doesn't matter that it goes to a film or if it's a rock song or whatever. I mean, I think when you listen to music, you want to be told a story. You know, and it's up to you to decide what that story is in your head, but you want that opportunity to be told a story, you know, and you can interpret it however you want. And that's how I always, you know, reacted to music. I love that idea of being able to listen to something and come up with some ideas in my head that take me somewhere else. Each scene in a movie is a little bit of the story, and it should have a beginning, middle, and end. You know, and I'm very adamant about that. It has a beginning, middle, and end. You know, and that the score as a whole also feels like it has a beginning, middle, and end. You know, it's very important. You know, and I think that's why people connect with those films that JJ makes and Brad makes. I mean, because they want you to feel like there is a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know, and some films you get lost. You're like, what am I watching? I'm so like, what time is it? So it's yeah, it's important. It's all storytelling. You know.